Hey, Ryan. Question for
What?
Ryan. Are you working full time? If so, what do you do? I know you say you still resell, but I'm assuming it's part time. Thanks.
That's a good question.
It
Yeah,
is.
I am working full time. I've always been working full time. I never not have been working full time. Um, I've been working for anybody that doesn't know. I work for my family's concrete company full time. I've been doing that my entire life. As far as reselling goes, yes, but not much. Yes, but
Uh,
not much.
how many like we actually get this question or this comment a lot. A lot of people think you're a fraudulent reseller. You don't really resell. And I looked the last time that comment was made a couple weeks ago. I went and looked. Ryan had 94 active items in his eBay store. And I know how many items do you sell a week, say? Do you have weeks that go by with no sales or
Once
do you usually
sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I do, but I don't know, probably like one sale a week, maybe. I don't know.
okay.
I don't think I've sold anything for a little while. It might have been a week or two before since I've sold something now. But
Yeah.
I
Every
look, honestly, I think it's an irrelevant question because does it look, number one, this is a reselling podcast for the most part, I would say,
mhm.
but it's not strictly reselling. And if it was strictly reselling, I would say I have quite a bit of experience reselling, so it's not like I'm just sitting here and I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm faking it. I mean, look at my
Mhm.
store. You can see how much I've sold
Yep.
over the years, you know?
Yep.
So,
I think there's plenty of people, maybe even ones that have YouTube channels that call themselves resellers that maybe don't that maybe sell about as much as you do, honestly.
yeah, maybe.
You know?
That's fine.
I mean, like, okay, so you know what I would say your reselling level is now? Like there was a time where you were shipping stuff pretty much every day, right?
Oh,
Like
every day. Every day.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know how like if I went bowling once a month, like Candace and I were in a like did like went to a bowling thing
Sure.
once a month at the bowling alley.
Yep.
And somebody came up to me and said, "Are you a bowler?" And maybe for two birthdays ago, I got a bowling ball for my daughter for my birthday, and maybe I got some snazzy bowling shoes or something like that. And somebody asked me that, and I go once a month.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a bowler." I would
Yeah.
say I'm a bowler because, like, compared to the general public, I am a bowler. Compared to everyday guy, I'm not.
That's the thing. Like, what is what is the definition of a reseller?
Right.
If you sell one thing a month, do you resell? The answer is yes. I would say yes.
The thing about those questions, not that particular one. That one was pretty polite. But there's some
Yeah.
other ones where they're wording it like Ryan's not a real reseller. Ryan doesn't even resell anymore. Blah blah blah. The point isn't whether you resell or not. They're trying to discredit you. That's what
Right.
they're really. That's the real point of it is they're trying to discredit you for some reason, and I don't even understand why. What
I
is the
don't even
point?
honestly, I don't even care because you know why? My my store is public. Anybody can go look at it. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to hide it.
right. You know how I
You know,
got to it?
it is what it is.
You know how I got to it? I went to Thrift Mine YouTube channel
Yep.
and I went to your description and I clicked on the link you put to your store, your public eBay store.
Right.
And then I
It's
and
all
then I
there.
saw you had 94 items active.
Yep.
I put on I was Sherlock Holmes there to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can say whatever they want. It doesn't bother me at all. You can
Okay. But
label
yeah,
me
that's
whatever.
that's the answer. Ryan's a reseller, he's a father, he's a content creator, he's an eater,
Yeah.
he's a concrete guy, he's a son, he's a
A lot of things.
he's a grass cutter sometimes.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm a
He's a
hat wearer.
maple, yeah, a wearer of hats, many hats, yes. And he's a maker. He's a maple syrup maker.
I'm an American.
Yeah,
I'm a runner.
you can do all those things.
I do it all, man. Maybe
Right on,
not
man.
well, but I try my best. I so question, Lonnie.
Oh, what's that, Ryan?
Speaking of running,
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. I don't like that.
you have done over the past year, you've done so much to improve your health.
Uh-huh.
Why are you vaping? There are so many bad effects, heart disease, lung problems, where you end up on oxygen like COPD, or
Mm-hmm.
you even get cancer. Why did you start running and losing weight if you replace it with something worse? You could start
Okay.
eating sweets and get diabetes.
You know what? I wanted you to read that question. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I don't like I want y'all to take kids at home that are watching this. If you happen to be a kid watching this isn't really a kid's show, but fine, your parents let you watch it, whatever. If you're watching this, kids at home, don't vape. Everything Ryan said is true. I can't defend it. I shouldn't do it, but I do. I don't know what to tell you. So
Yep.
that's all I can say about that. Don't Vaping's bad, y'all. Don't do it.
Good answer.
I mean, I'm not going to
Pretty
defend
straightforward.
everything I do and everything I am. I'm not going to sit here and defend it if I don't think it's defensible, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not. So there,
Okay. Fair
it's
enough.
not
Good
ideal.
answer. Yeah. I've never
Oh
tried to vape.
no,
I won't.
it's kind of nice though. I'll be honest. I mean, but kids at home, it's not really that great. It's not worth it. Sorry.
It sucks.
It sucks. That's why I do it, right? Okay. So, all right. Hey, Ryan.
What? Oh no, you got another question for me?
I do.
Uh-oh.
Well, Callie in Florida from the Harry Tornado video.
Yeah.
Can I be, because Harry hit us with a question, a pretty deep question at the end there.
He did.
Can I be in the minority here and say I hate the religious talk? Huge turnoff.
I don't think that's a minority take. I think there's a lot of people that are hostile towards religion, and I
Yeah.
totally understand that. And this is my perspective. So personally, I'm a Christian, right? If I hear people talking about Jesus and God, I'm cool with it, obviously, because I'm a Christian. If I hear somebody talking about Buddha or Allah or I don't know, name some other god, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Am I gonna like it? Probably. And
No.
am I gonna want to listen to it? Probably not.
Yeah, you're right.
So I understand the perspective there.
That's a good point.
I understand the
Great point.
perspective, but on the flip side, my response to that is if you don't like it, don't listen, don't watch it, because that's what I would do. Like
I wouldn't say that.
Why?
I wouldn't say it quite that harshly. Even I probably would in the heat of the moment. You know
I'm
what I
not
would
mad
say?
about it. I
Right.
just see it as a binary thing. Like if you don't like it, don't watch it. Like
I would say
this hurts
I
my
would
arm. Like okay, don't punch your arm.
I would say if you don't, I would ask this instead because we don't really have that many viewers here. I'll say if you don't like it, if you don't like some particular thing we're talking about, give us a little bit of grace. See if you can withstand it for a few minutes, and there's a really good chance we'll have moved on to something else by then.
That's fair.
That's what I would ask for.
Another thing that I would ask for too.
Things.
Another thing that I would ask for too, that I think, yeah, if you are going to stick around, is criticize it. If you have a problem with it and it's something you disagree with, comment and tell us. I'm down for that. I'm not afraid of any criticism or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like all the religion stuff. I don't like all the God stuff. Okay. That's kind of like if there's a big table full of food and somebody says, well, I don't like the food stuff. It's like, well, you're a human. You have to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which part don't you like? But that's the thing, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't want to do that because they feel like they're going to get a holy roller type response that's not really necessarily based. They're going to get a faith based response.
Sure.
Which, if they don't share that faith, that's going to mean zero to them.
Absolutely. And I think that's honestly, I think that's a big reason why a lot of people get turned off by religion.
Right.
Because whenever whenever somebody has a difficult question or in a valid one, when it comes to God, spirituality, things like that, things that can't be explained with,
Mm-hmm.
concrete, objective facts, and then you get the spiel. I get it. I
That's
get
the
why people
issue.
get. I get why people
Because
get turned off by it. I totally
right, but
understand.
because if you're having a conversation with a believer and a non between a believer and a non-believer,
Yep.
and the believer is basing some point they're making on some piece of information or existence of something or something that happened that the other person does not acknowledge is a
Correct.
fact, objective fact. As soon as you base part of the conversation on that, the whole thing falls apart. Like
Yep.
they're like it won't work.
Yep. I
So I
get
think
it.
that's yeah, I get it too. So if you can give us a little grace, we would appreciate that. Or if you have to tune out for that episode, that's fine. Try the next one. Maybe we probably won't be talking about it then.
We
Or
don't
don't
talk about
watch
it
it.
much anyway.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
And we're pretty friggin' like, man, when it comes to being tolerant people, you're gonna have to look pretty far to find people more tolerant than we are, in my
Yeah.
opinion, anyway.
And that's why I said, like, if you have a criticism or you have something you disagree with, say it in the comments. Like, we accept alternative views. We want to hear all sides. We want to hear different perspectives. That's kind of how we are, I would say. Don't you agree?
Well, we're not even the same though either. Like we're not monolithic, even our own views.
Mm,
Ryan is a Christian. Ryan has been a Christian for a very long time. I am not even currently a Christian. I've
right.
made kind of my way to that place, and I want to be there, but I haven't like fully. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think Ryan. Like I haven't
Yeah.
fully bought in. I haven't fully figured out where I'm at and stuff. I'm thinking about it a lot, and that's
Hmm.
why it comes up a lot. So
Right.
but I'm definitely open, and I'm probably more critical of religion and everything than anybody. Honestly,
Yeah.
I doubt a lot. Ryan can tell you that. I ask him things all the time, which are full of doubt
Yep.
and
Eh,
skepticism.
I think it should be welcomed. I think criticism for all religions should be um, allowed and
Sure.
um, questioned, and yeah, I welcome all of it. So
Anything that wouldn't welcome that kind of questioning or that kind of I don't know what the word anything that doesn't want like to have that much light shed on it. There's a reason.
yep,
So if
exactly.
so yeah, but that's enough to say about religion other
Yeah.
than to say give us a little grace on all topics including that, and we'll be moving on to all kind of talking about all kind of stuff anyway.
Hey, Lonnie.
Hey Ryan.
So I was really hoping to see more of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
6 years ago, it seemed like you two were best friends. This is talking about you and John, Cincinnati Picker.
Okay.
And you and him have never addressed how you didn't speak for 5 years. Can you shed a little light on that?
I can. Here's what I'll say about that because that is fair. John and I were real close friends for a long time, and then we weren't, and something did happen, and and then we weren't friends, and now we're talking. I wouldn't say we're friends. I guess. I mean we might be one day again, but we're friendly, and I can message him right now, and or he can message me, and
Everything's
everything would be
cool.
everything's cool. I'm going to see him next month.
Right, right.
Um,
Yeah, at the rally. Yeah.
Ryan and I are both going to see John next month. So,
Yep.
what I will say is that um, I do understand why people would be curious and want to know, but also I'm going to say that I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to, out of respect to John, and just out of like none of your business. And I don't
Yeah.
mean that in an aggressive like way or anything. I would be curious if I were you as well, and I would want to know, and I would be also kind of peeved that I couldn't know, but you can't
Right.
know. You
Yeah.
can't know unless John tells you.
Yep.
or maybe you get me really drunk one night somewhere or
Uh-oh.
something. I don't know. And then, but no, there's no need to rehash that except for titillating people, and it's not worth that.
Yeah.
But and I don't think John's ever going to talk about it either. It's almost like, if anything I say will be like blown out of proportion. I was going to say it's almost like at this point I know John's not going to talk about it, and he knows I'm not going to talk about it.
Right.
I'll say he knows he's. I'll give y'all this. I'll give y'all this one little shred. Okay. I am more confident that John will never talk about it than John is confident that I won't talk about it. I'll put it like that. You agree with that?
Yeah.
I am like 100% John will never talk about it. John's 80% I'll never talk about it.
Yeah.
Which it really is 100. Like the only way I would talk about it is if it's kind of like it's kind of like the Cold War.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I'm not going to launch unless I see incoming.
Right.
Right.
Fair enough.
And it's not even like that. So it's
no, not at all.
But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to have to leave it there. Y'all have to guess. Y'all have to guess. It has nothing to do. Candace is not involved in any way whatsoever. I think somebody had mentioned something like, no, Candace has nothing to do with anything.
Stupid comment.
It's nothing like that at all. So take that out of your guesses. Oh, wow. Okay, that one, huh? I do get asked that one because I never really answered it, so that's fair.
Well, you tackled it. It's done.
Well, that's all. That's the best you're going to get for now. Ah, boy. Okay. So, hey, Ryan.
Yeah, Lonnie, what's up?
I see you have that American flag behind you. I have a question.
Oh yeah, you noticed?
So, yeah. Actually, mine's down. I was taking pictures.
Oh,
of posters.
Oh, come on, man.
I take the stars and stripes down whenever I have to take a picture of like a $20 poster or something. I salute it and then I take it down. All right. So, this is from Accidental Retiree.
Okay.
I enjoy this podcast, and this is the most interesting episode yet. However, and this is from the I took my unhinged follower to court episode. Okay. However, I need to share that many Democrats proudly display the American flag. As a child of a veteran who fought in World War II, I am one of them. Edit to add, I'm very... The rest of it was about something not related to that. And then he said, shout out to Tom. But yeah, he's saying, I need to share that many Democrats proudly display the American flag. Okay, so yeah.
Okay. Okay, comment on that. I would say that's a little unfair. And who said this? Accidental
retiree. And I read. Let me say too before you go on. Yep. I read this comment. It was like you could tell like they like our show and they like us.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's not anything like animosity. I didn't.
No, not at all. Not at all. I would say that's a little unfair. I think for the most part, especially in like the current political climate that we're in at the moment, I would say for the most part, and this is an average, right? There's obviously going to be outliers like this commenter, which by the way, I think is great. I think it's, very admirable. I think everybody should fly the flag because the flag represents all of us. That's what it's there for. But I would say for the most part in the current political climate, generally, okay, Lonnie, if you're driving down the street, I'm gonna follow this up with a question. If you're driving down the street and you see a house that has a bunch of American flags lined up along their lawn, what political party do you think they are a part of?
If you're making me place a wager on it.
Yes. Okay. If you had to bet money, if you had to bet your week's paycheck.
Okay. And I take in all the data available, my life experience. Yep. I'm going to say that their person is probably of the Republican persuasion. That would be my guess.
Yeah. And I think most people would agree with that. And I think that's the statement we were talking, or actually, I think you said it. It wasn't even me.
I think it was me, which
Yeah.
wasn't really fair for me to even ask you this question
No, it's
because
cool though.
I'm the one. I made kind of a joke about Democrats not hanging flags or flying flags or whatever.
But that's the
And
thing. On average, I
yeah,
think that is true.
I
And
do
I think
too.
most people would agree that that's true. And
Yeah,
not to mention, I think most of the people on the left would agree as well
I would think so. I think people. I actually do
because they're not flying it.
believe. Right. I actually do believe that most people generally look at an American flag at this point as a dog whistle
Yeah.
for Republican,
Yep.
with some exceptions. And also I do think we should say, because we were talking about this earlier, on social media a lot of times we see the more, either the more extreme of the two
Mm-hmm.
sides, or we see people acting in a more extreme fashion than they normally would because
Yes.
they're online.
Yep.
We see a lot of that too. So yes, obviously I definitely know there's a lot of Democrats that fly flags, the American flag in particular,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of Republicans that don't for whatever reason. I was just making a little bit of a joke there, but yeah, I mean, I was not trying to offend anyone, but I
No.
do stand by the accuracy in general of my statement.
I think most people would agree with you on that.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
I am not. Ryan could tell you in general, I'm not a very political person usually, anyways.
Yeah.
Um, and I disagree with a lot of stuff. I don't really like to get pigeonholed into a party or
Me
anything,
neither.
but I do like the flag.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the flag being viewed as anything other than a symbol that unites us all
Exactly.
is bad. I'm against that.
Yep. That's
So
why I
that's
said, and that's why I
I
said
agree.
earlier that it's this commenter said that they fly it. That's amazing. I
Right.
think everybody should fly it. Every American should fly the flag
I agree.
because it represents all of us as a country. That's what we are. So
Right. It doesn't mean the country's perfect. It doesn't
no.
mean there aren't things to work on. It doesn't
Yep.
mean that the person flying the flag is superior somehow. It just shows that you're part of something. That's all.
And that's the other thing. We won't get too deep into this, but there's so much about this country that we should be thankful and grateful for that people just forget and take for granted every single day on both sides. Even
Hmm. Oh yeah.
everybody on
Oh
all
yeah.
political spectrums take things for granted, freedoms that we have that need to be recognized, and we should be
Well,
thankful for every day.
yeah.
And
Absolutely.
everybody gets so like vitriolic and like angry, and it's like, guys, just take a
I,
step back. Like, is your
I,
life really this bad? Is your life
yeah.
really that bad?
I don't
No.
even know what's worse, man. Like I don't know what's worse, like the most extreme of the left or the most extreme of the right. They're both just despicable beings, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I don't like either one of them.
Right.
Like I'm just not even sure which one I dislike more, honestly. Like I'm talking about the
The
two
far,
extremes,
far.
right?
Well,
Like
have you ever heard of the horseshoe theory?
what's that? No, I haven't.
So basically, it's a theory that, and for the most, like, if you listen to the main talking points of the far left and the far right, they tend to agree with each other. So it's like a horseshoe.
Oh, okay. They
They
go
they
like
have they have similar interests, and they're just different parties.
yeah,
So,
and the leaders are all rich.
yep.
That's where it really is, y'all. All right, but let's move on.
Anyways, hey Lonnie,
Hey, Ryan.
leave it to Lonnie to toot his own horn and
Oh
say,
my
"Look at
God.
me," and say, "Look at me." And how I got them more views. Dude, I quit watching your show once you quit going to yard sales. Watching someone in a shed talk primarily about
Oh,
toys that they've sold is the most boring of any resellers that do this on YouTube. And to be mad and hold a grudge over someone copying your image is so petty. Grow up.
okay. Not a big fan. All right, so let me defend myself here. I'm going to defend my honor now. Muffins in it, Mr. Two Muffins in an Oven. I'm going to defend myself against somebody named Two Muffins in an Oven, right? Are you serious? All right.
That's funny.
Look at me. Toot his own horn. Look at me. YouTubers are that's probably most YouTubers are probably guilty of that. I would say of tooting horns and looking at me's, and how I got them more views. That particular thing that he's talking about, though, it was a joke because I was like bragging about how many views the episode that they got on their podcast when I went on it, Trash to Cash.
Right.
And then we made an episode reacting to their reaction or something. I don't know. Remember, there was a couple of reaction.
Yeah, we were going back and forth there for a while.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. I mean, guilty.
Yep.
Dude, I quit watching your show once you quit going to yard sales. Okay. Watching someone in a shed talk primarily about toys they've sold is the most boring of any resellers that do this on YouTube. And to be mad and hold a grudge over someone copying your image is so petty. It is. It is petty. Grow up. I have a little bit. I'm still a little petty sometimes.
I think you've grown up a lot.
Yeah. This guy did not really appreciate any of it.
He didn't hold back. He didn't hold back.
All right. Boy, that hurt. That stung. Oh, man. Okay. I wasn't really ready for one that hard, Ryan.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
How about doing interviews of some female resellers like Crazy Lamp Lady, Mellow State Kelsey, Rebooted Mom, or other similar ones?
I think that would be fantastic. I would love to get Crazy Lamp Lady on the show. We have had some women on this show already. Actually, we've had quite a few. Well, first of all, our first guest was Amber Resells. Our first guest ever was a woman.
She was number one, right?
He was number one. We had Mel on. We had Midnight Modern Cassandra.
Yeah. How many? And then we had Amber on again. Does she count twice or not?
Sure, why not?
Or did we? Yeah, we had her on. Yeah, we had her on twice.
We had her on.
Candace and Pam?
Yeah, Candace and Pam, our wives. That's right.
Our wives are girls.
Yeah. And and I'll give a little sneak peek here, Lonnie. Probably next week, next episode. Hopefully, we're going to have a woman on the show, and I think it's going to be a very, very interesting one to say the least. So you're not going to want to miss it.
Y'all aren't going to see this coming. Y'all aren't going to see this.
This one's out of left field.
Yeah, this is
going to be. I'll make a prediction. I think it's going to be pretty entertaining.
I'm a little. I'm not even joking. I'm not like trying to like really pump it. I'm a little, just a little frightened.
Yeah.
Because like this person is kind of like she is. Whoa. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one though. I am
too. I'm excited. Yeah.
I'll be a little surprised if you don't have to edit something out, which we hardly ever do.
I will too. Yeah. There's your sneak peek, guys.
Yeah.
Who could it be? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Regarding diversity, though, yeah. I mean, we definitely are looking for as 100%. diverse to guest lists as we can get. And not like color, sex, what they do, how big of a channel they have. You know, all that stuff.
Everybody's on our radar potentially.
They are.
So,
and
hey, Lonnie,
we like talking to the ladies. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Ryan? Well, oh God, I do not like this. If you laugh before you even start reading the question, what is it?
Please keep politics out of it.
Oh no.
I feel like that's what happened with Justin. He called half your audience idiots because of how they voted. It's sad that we can't voice our political beliefs without ending friendships, but that's just how the world is today. I enjoyed this episode and will watch every episode. Glad to have you guys back. So this was on our first episode that we did when we started this podcast back up again.
They're
What do
talking
you got
about
to say about
Justin.
that? Talking about
Well,
Justin.
I'll say
People
this.
might not
Okay.
people might not know the context of that if they're new. I don't know.
Well, he said something about there. Something there where he said you call like half your audience idiots or something like that. What was that
He,
part,
he
Ryan?
said he said Justin called half of the audience idiots because of how they voted.
Oh, okay.
That was his claim in the comments.
Okay, and Justin is Justin was I'm assuming probably still is um uh very staunch Democrat, very liberal thinker. Um Definitely thinks differently. And you know what I'll say about that? I'll say in general, we do. I think if you look at our track record in general, with a few maybe exceptions, we do keep politics out of this.
Yeah.
I think that like of all the hours we've talked on this show, if you take the amount of those hours we talked about politics, it's going to be less than half of 1%.
This episode's probably the most we've talked to
Mm-hmm.
politics on this show at all, actually. It's funny enough.
And it may not ever happen again.
Yeah.
So like that's not what we're here for. But
No.
I will tell you that your observation there there was some politics involved there somewhat, I believe, and some other stuff as well. Some more stuff that we're not really free to discuss, unfortunately,
Yeah.
fully. Because I do respect the time that I was friends, that we were friends. I'll speak for Ryan, I guess. I do respect the time that I was friends with Justin. We're just not friends anymore.
And
So I'm not
was
here.
there was never any like big fight or anything ever.
No.
So
And and as far as I know, I don't think he's ever said anything bad about me
no.
or you
No.
publicly. And I don't expect he will, and I'm not going to do that to him either.
No,
And I wish
absolutely
him
not.
and I do wish him and his wife well, of course. Gabby well.
100%.
So,
Yep.
and I don't regret being friends with him either.
No, me neither.
So, but yeah, politics were somewhat involved there. I'll be honest, since you called that out there, but it wasn't involved for me really. It wasn't that big of a deal. So,
Yeah.
whew, man. Okay.
These are some heavy ones, man.
I
Wow.
know. I know. I know. I know. Okay, here we go. This is a whipping one of your whipping boys for a
Oh
long
no.
time here. Yeah. This is Longboard Love 2. Ryan's argument is still true. Whatnot is boring. I don't want to sit through a whole broadcast to find something I might need to buy. Half the time, stuff sells for way less than eBay. No thanks. That's from the Hairy Tornado episode, by the way, where we talked a lot about Whatnot actually on that episode.
Yeah. So what did they say? They said my argument's still true.
Yeah.
I don't think my argument was ever that Whatnot was boring. I don't think I remember saying that. And I could be misremembering. I don't think I ever said Whatnot was boring. But I did say I didn't think Whatnot was going to be like this thing of the future or a platform that was going to succeed in the end. And like everybody at the time, like when I was really criticizing Whatnot way back,
How long ago was that?
this was like what
4 years,
at
5 years?
least probably 4 years ago, I would say.
Okay.
Something like that. I think it was like 4 years
That'll
ago.
give a little context because it might be obvious now,
Right.
you know.
So this is referring to like comments I made 4 years ago. I predicted that Whatnot wouldn't be successful. It would be just like a fad. People, and it wasn't like a legitimate selling platform.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong about that. But my main criticism at the time was that Whatnot way back then, I think they were being propped up, and they might still be. They were being propped up by like some sort of venture capital, and they were burning money
Yep.
to influencers to
Yep.
pump Whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And in return, basically influencers were saying, "Oh, anybody can join Whatnot and make all this money like me."
Right.
And that's false for the most part. That was
Or
not true.
I think it was false.
Back
And
then it was false. It
I
might be a
think
little different now.
I think that part has probably changed, bro. I
You
think there
think?
are actually sellers on the platform now. Well, I think when you said it, it was actually 100%
So,
correct. But I
so
think
you think if you have no followers whatsoever, you're Joe Schmo, you sign up for whatnot, and you can start making money instantly? I don't
I can't
know.
I can't say that because
Okay.
I've never done it, so I don't know. But there are people that claim there. You know what people have claimed? They said because people start like that all the time.
Hmm.
I think they claim usually that their first few shows are really bad. And I think they do a lot of
Yeah.
social stuff there to make it happen, like follow people and follow back. And,
Giveaways.
like I'll go to your show, you go to mine,
Yeah.
those kind of little tricks and things I think there's
And
a lot of that going on.
the other thing too, the other aspect to it as well is that it's it's not just like I wouldn't say anybody can do it because you have to have
Hmm.
some sort of personality for the most part. I would say, like if you're just like, here's this teddy bear. All right, bid.
Have
Do
you
you think
watched very many of these shows, Ryan?
I haven't?
Dude, I watched a couple the other day, last week.
And
And I
what was
went
it
to
like?
one. It was this woman selling perfume. And
Hmm.
bro, some of them are chill, and some of these shows, they're like, "Come on, bid, come on, y'all! It's not blah blah blah.
Yeah.
This is worth this. This is worth this."
Oh,
It's like real, like pushy, badgering people to bid. Man, it's like almost rude. It's weird.
I did probably like 2 or 3 months ago. I did tune into a show and it was a sneaker seller. And dude, I don't remember his name. I was disgusted, man. The guy was like pulling these dirty sneakers off a shelf, right? And he'd be like, "All right, start and bid," and he would be doing that same thing, like, oh my, oh
Right?
wow," and then he would be like, "I'm losing my shirt.
Yeah.
I've got to." He's like, "If this doesn't go above like $70, I'm losing my shirt," and he's saying stuff like that. It's like, dude,
I can't
this guy's
stand
straight
that,
up
bro.
scamming people.
I can't stand that.
He's
Like that.
scamming people.
If you have to do that to sell there, I want no
Yeah,
part of that.
no.
I can't do that.
So there's a lot of that over there, which I find distasteful. But do I really care about whatnot now? No. And was I wrong about a lot of it? Sure. But I
You
don't
know
think
what?
I was wrong. I don't think I was wrong at the time what I was saying. And by the way, a lot of people, a lot of big influencers that that were doing the things that I was criticizing back then agree with me now.
Well, Harry Tornado in particular,
Yeah.
he told us they were paying him ridiculous amounts of
Yeah.
money. And that's the reason he was doing it,
Yeah.
because they were paying him some, and we heard that from a lot of other people. And I mean, I do think though, Ryan, that it's turned into a legitimate platform. And
100%.
I'll be honest, Candace and I have really expanded. Like we've started selling on other platforms that we
Hmm.
weren't selling on before. Not going to go too far into that. Depop vented, and we've done well there. And then we started selling on Facebook, shit where you actually ship the stuff,
Yes.
doing well with that. And I think the next thing, the final piece of our puzzle, I think we really need to add some component of live selling.
I've told you to
What
do whatnot, bro. So that's the other
whether we
thing
like it
too.
or not.
Yeah. I've criticized it in the past, of course, but like obviously, look, if I had a bunch of bulk
Mhm.
inventory that I needed to get out, I'd probably use it too now. Well, I probably wouldn't because, you know, I can't because I've criticized it so much.
But
But
I was thinking of something funny though, actually, like for your haters. Not that
what's
you have
that?
very many haters out there, but if Tom's watching right now, he might like this one.
Uh-oh.
So Ryan talked about what a scam and how fraudulent and how like whatnot will never last. It's not real. And at that time, Ryan was a reseller. I think most people would agree. Ryan at
Yeah.
that point was actually a reseller.
Hmm.
4 years later, Ryan is no longer reselling, and whatnot is blown up. So
Congrats,
all
guys. You
the
got me.
Tom, take your lap, bro.
Yep.
But you are still a reseller. That was
Yeah. No, I still stand by everything I said. I think
yeah.
I was right for the most part.
I do too. You were right, but it did actually do much better than I think than everyone even expected.
Oh
To the
yeah.
point where eBay is trying to copy them. You know, like
Yep. Yep.
I think like there's a lot of things I don't like about AI, and although I've recognized that if you refuse to use AI in this world, you're just all you're doing is making things harder for yourself,
Yeah,
and
you're self-sabotaging.
you're gonna have a hard time competing with the people that are using AI in a smart fashion.
Yep.
It doesn't mean you have to do everything AI, but if you're not using it in some way or form or fashion, that competitor of yours, they may not look like it. You're not going to be able to tell from the outside. It might not be obvious, but he might
Mm-hmm.
be using AI to kick your ass.
Yep.
And you don't even know it.
True. Hey, Lonnie. I
Hey,
have a
Ryan,
question. I have a question.
what you got?
So we had Pegasus Lounge on, right?
Oh gosh. Uh-huh.
Why are you platforming this barnacle?
Fair question, right?
Yeah, that's a fair one.
That's actually a fair question because I will say this when it comes to Peg. All right, and I hope Peg's what Pegasus Lounge, just in case he's checking the transcript to see if his name's here. Pegasus Lounge, Peg. How else would he be searching? I don't know. But anyways, now that you're here, Peg. All right, welcome to the video.
What's
Now
up,
that
bro?
you've made it, Peg. Hey, sup, bro. I'll tell you what. Here's my opinion of Peg. I think Peg has read a lot of business books. I think Peg's done a lot of business. I think Peg's a smart guy. I think Peg. I think all of his business stuff that he talks about, I've never really heard him say something that I'm like, that's wrong. You know,
No. Yeah.
like have you ever he says, okay, go find some widgets and test it, and if people like it, find some more and then sell it to them. You know, I'm like, yeah, right on, Peg. That makes sense to me. Buy low, sell
Nobody's
high,
really
right?
arguing that like buying a replenishable and selling it nonstop is a bad idea. Like, obviously,
Right,
that's the dream. Yeah.
right. But my whole question was, why are you coming after resellers? Because we aren't even arguing that reselling is superior to any other vocation, including private labeling or product development or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
When you get a bunch of stuff made in China and sent to imported to the United States to dump on the market here, whatever you want to call that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's saying that buying stuff at garage sales is superior to that or anything else. So I do feel like Pegasus Lounge fabricated an argument nobody was even having in order to help sell his course or consulting. I do think also it may or may not have been fairly successful.
Sure.
I do think also that he may, even the people that pay him money, I have no idea. I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about the guy's credentials other than what he said. But
Does he have like testimonials? I haven't looked into his website.
he probably does somewhere,
Okay.
but I mean, that's not worth a whole lot to me as far as
Yeah.
being proof of anything. But,
Yeah.
people that do business with him may even find a lot of value. Like he may give him $500 and maybe it will change
Sure.
your life. I don't know. So but in general, I do hesitate to platform some people that, like, I don't like platforming marketers usually.
Right.
And I do view Peg. You view Peg as a marketer, right, Ryan?
I would say, and I think even Peg would agree that he is obviously funneling people to his consulting service.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's fine. I mean,
And he admitted that on our show as well. Like he said he was doing that. So
yeah, salesman selling. And I feel
yeah.
like a lot of the drama stuff is just contrived to build interest, to watch his channel, to get into the funnel.
Sure.
Straight up.
Yep.
And so why would we platform that? That we platform that because I saw enough I saw enough backlash and bad faith arguments directed towards Pegasus Lounge from the
Mm,
reseller community, from people that didn't know what they were talking about, in my
yep.
opinion, in a lot of cases. And I thought he had built enough audience to where enough people knew about him and enough others had talked about him, including like Commonwealth has talked about him a bunch,
Right.
and the guys over at Trash to Cash have. And I did find a lot of the things he was saying interesting. I don't know why he gets hung up on common definitions of common words. Um, I don't like that part too much. It makes him hard to talk to. But I do think he's an interesting character. I think he's pretty entertaining at times. And I don't hate the guy. I wanted to hear what he had
No.
to say. I don't
And
think he represented his side very well on our show, though. I'll tell you that.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel.
I think he would agree with that too. 'Cause I think I saw him in like his own comment section talking about that he wish he'd brought more receipts.
Well,
So I think he might have been blindsided a little bit. I don't know.
well,
I'm just going by
my,
what I saw in his comments that he said.
well,
But
we started that whole show off, and I mean, we started that whole show off asking him what his definition of business was, and he never gave one. And then other questions he didn't answer, and other ones he like diverted around. Like he's very slippery, very slick. I didn't like that part of it, but I have watched some of his other content, and I do think the guy knows what he's talking about, but also
sure.
I don't feel like we had a good faith conversation going. And I was willing to I feel like Ryan and I were both open to having one, and it failed to launch because of getting stuck on definitions and stupid stuff, in my
Right.
opinion. I felt like he ceded no ground, gave no quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I probably already said too much. And I'm not saying that in like an angry fashion where I'm trying to diss
No.
the guy.
No.
I'm just saying it in like I just feel like it wasn't quite as productive as I was maybe hoping it could have been.
Fair.
So,
But I think in they asked, so the question was why are you platforming him? I think it did offer more insight into Peg though, and he was able to attempt to more clearly explain his viewpoint and sides of things, and it allowed people to come to their own conclusions because we
right,
did that. So
right.
there's that.
There is a fine line between platforming and like I think a lot of times people use the term platforming when they're talking about, okay, they might be kind of in front of you, like publicly talking about who you bring onto your show.
Yeah,
But what they're really doing is they're criticizing the intellect of your audience is what they're really doing.
true.
Because they're saying, oh, well, this guy is going to get his hooks and outsmart your audience and steal them and steal their money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
I think we were like, and that was our goal in the show, was to let him say his piece, be fair. And we're a little like, we weren't super confrontational, I wouldn't say. I think we asked fair questions.
Yeah.
But we gave him a place where he could say his piece and allow the viewers to come to their own conclusions, whether they agree with Peg or they agree with the other side of the argument, whatever. And it doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
The goal was to just put that out there so that people can come to their own conclusions, like clear the air, maybe.
Right.
And
I mean, sometimes y'all, we're here, we're public putting this stuff up on YouTube. Sometimes we're just here to entertain. And a big
yeah,
part of the reason, I'll be honest, a big part of the reason we brought Peg on to this channel was because we knew it would do good numbers and we knew y'all would like it.
yeah,
And we knew we would like it. And you know
I
what?
had a
We
great
were
time.
right. I did
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We
It was
were
fun talking
right.
to him. Yeah.
We platformed him because it would be interesting and something people would want to see.
Yeah. And it was fun. We were even like joking around. We were laughing with Peg and everything was good.
I don't think he left
It was
with
a good
bad
time.
blood.
So
And the thing, and please, Peg, please, the things I said here, I think you understand that I don't think you are arguing in good faith. I'm not insulting your business model. I'm not
nope.
insulting like anything else. I'm not. I think I kind of like you almost, other than your unwillingness to cede obvious points. I don't like that part. That part's exhausting. But everything else, I mean, there's a lot of parts about Peg I do appreciate and enjoy and
Sure.
find. When I watch his videos, I laugh a lot. You know, he cuts some
Yeah.
good ones sometimes. Even at my own expense, I'll laugh occasionally. You know, like it's fine.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks for doing
Yeah.
this
That's
Peg.
good.
And we won't mention you any of the rest of this video, Peg. So you can sign out now. Thank you for watching, sir. Private, because you know, Peg caught that part. Peg, if you did catch that part, make sure you say it in the comments that you watched.
Yeah,
that
comment
part,
below,
please.
bro.
Hey,
Let us know
Lonnie,
you were here.
Yeah, you know how I want him to let us know that he was here.
How?
I want him to say, "Hey, Lonnie, you were right." That's what I want Peg to say. Hey, Lonnie, you were right. He will never be able to say that. That's funny.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. Here. This one's kind of both of us. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to read first. I'm going to read one that's just for fun, and then I'm going to read one. Can I read the wrap up clip?
The what?
Or do you have one? Can I read the wrap up question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But first, I want to read a funny one before we do the wrap up question. Okay.
Sure.
For the show. Okay. So this is from Bush Leaguer 75. You're going to want to watch this, which I think might have been our first episode.
Mm-hmm. That was our first one.
Damn, Lonnie, when did you go on Theo Von? And for those of y'all that don't know who Theo Von is, Ryan is going to in edit, which he's going to get mad at me now whenever he sees this. Ryan is on edit going to replace the square where I'm at with a thing of Theo Von so he can be side by side with Theo on the screen. Okay, here's the last one. Hey, Ryan.
What, Lonnie?
There we go. What, Lonnie? Kevin does not believe in paying eBay for promoted listings, while Lonnie has always been a supporter of promoted listings. Ryan is just doing videos of eating junk food while bobbing his head like Beavis and Butthead.
True.
So I'm gonna go first, and then I'll let you take it out. Lonnie has not always been a supporter of promoted listings. Lonnie has always been a supporter of eating dinner and paying the light bill. And Lonnie a while back decided that Lonnie and Candace and Lonnie actually decided this, needed to participate in promoted listings so we could continue eating. All right. But some developments recently have happened. We may stop being supporters of promoted listings.
Whoa.
Breaking news. I've never told anybody to use promoted listings. I don't like using them. I hate them. I think it's a rotten, short-sighted way for them to make more money for the shareholders. And I think it's a reason why a lot of these other platforms have a shot. Okay. And Ryan, you're part of this. Ryan is just doing videos of eating junk food. I'm going to make you hear this again. Ryan is just doing videos of eating junk food while bobbing his head like Beavis and Butthead.
Do you think that's true, Lonnie?
I think it could be true. I'll make the statement true. Hang on. If I doctor it up, Ryan, if I take out the word just, it helps a lot. Because if I take out the word just, now it's Ryan is doing videos of eating junk food while bobbing his head like Beavis and Butthead. I would say that's a true statement.
Yeah, that's true.
That means it tasted good.
Yeah, that means it tasted good. Okay, part of it's not true though. Just junk food.
Right.
Just
That's why you
junk
have to
food?
take the word junk out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not only junk food. It's a lot of junk food though. They are right, and I
Most of the
am
foods
nodding
you
my head
eat,
like,
most of the food you eat is unhealthy on there. I would submit.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Well,
Did
that
you ever
is
think
what it
about
is.
that? You eat a lot.
Um,
Do you eat a ton of carbs on that channel? You eat a ton of fried food,
I know, dude. It's so bad.
a ton of butter,
It's
sweets,
bad.
ice cream.
I get the
Yeah.
question a lot. How do you not weigh 300 pounds? And it's a valid one. Actually,
You burn.
somebody asked me that tonight. I was at an event earlier tonight, and somebody that watches my videos came up to me and said hi, and they were like, dude, how do you not weigh 300 pounds? And I was like, I run. I'm a runner because I have to.
Dude, what would be a cool challenge?
What?
You can only eat at places that you run to. That would be one
Oh
way
man,
to But I
we're
didn't
running a marathon to McDonald's today.
have you ever thought about that before? I never thought about that before. Like
Ah, that's an
most of the
interesting
food,
concept, actually.
most of the food you eat on your channel is pretty bad for you. A
Yeah.
lot of it is. Not all of it. Like you'll eat it like most of it, like if it was good for you, you added some stuff to it to make it not good for you anymore.
I would say probably I'm trying to think back of like the most recent reviews I've done. Yeah, I would say probably like 90 to 95% is just so bad. It's bad. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know what? That comment is pretty accurate.
It is, but
Pretty
it's
accurate.
I think it's overly reductive though, because Ryan, your content is made for someone to stop on while they're just flipping through the little videos on
True.
their phone, and you catch their attention and you entertain them for 90 seconds, hopefully, and then they move on. That's all you want. That's what you want. That's your goal, right?
That's my goal. And how many people are if you're scrolling and you see a video come up, first time trying this salad. Are you stopping for
No.
that?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got to be interesting. It's got to be interesting food. It's got to be food that like tastes good, and most food that tastes good is not healthy. So,
That's how God made it if you're into that. Like it's usually the best test.
yep.
I don't know why. Like God
Did
is
God make this?
if you believe in God, then you must like God must be a little cruel at least just a little, because I've always told Ryan this.
Yep.
Donuts taste really good and they're really bad for you. And then like you go like if you eat some broccoli or something, it tastes like at best it tastes mediocre,
True.
you know, and it's good for you. Like that's not fair. Why can't the stuff that tastes good be good for you? Why?
Mm.
Why?
It's a very valid question, and I don't know the answer.
If I was a god, I would make the stuff that's good for you taste good to encourage your good behavior to help you have a longer, happier, healthier life while eating good food the whole time. Why do you have to get punished for eating food, Ryan?
Yeah, that's a deep
These are the
philosophical question, Lonnie, and I think it has to do with suffering, probably. But that's a whole
I
nother rabbit
know,
hole that we can go down.
I know,
Maybe
I
on another
know, I
chat.
know.
But
I've
yeah,
and I've actually
that's my answer.
I know I already know your answer because I've asked Ryan this question probably 10 times before, and I mean it every time I ask it. And the
I think
suffering is
suffering, and then also, I think there's great merit in sacrifice.
I know, but donuts taste so good.
I know they
There's
absolutely
no merit. There's zero merit in eating a donut.
correct.
It sucks, man, because it tastes so good.
Uh,
Maybe we'll do another one of these again soon.
yeah, this was fun, man.
I want to thank everyone. I guess this is kind of an intermission, a channel intermission, as we look back at some of our comments from the past. And I want to thank every one of you that, even if you've been critical, just for you guys for watching, for tolerating us, for laughing or questioning us or whatever. I thank y'all for being here and supporting what we're doing. We really
appreciate it, guys. It means a lot. Definitely.
And Ryan, thank you for being a good sport for the questions.
Well. Yeah, absolutely.
And
good time.
That's going to be it for this one. Thanks a bunch for watching, and we'll see y'all again next week.
See you next week.
Bye. Y'all.